Okay, so we have finished off this side of the shelves. So now I'm going to work on this side of the shelves, obviously starting at the top. Now, logistically, I have a little bit of problem in that I don't have enough maneuverability for my tripod and the camera towards that side. So I'm going to do my best to try to get you as close an angle as possible. What I might have to do is I might have to zoom out to give you more of a broad angle because I can do a little bit more straight on that way. I'm going to fiddle around with it a little bit, see what I can get. I mean, I would like to try to get you in a little tiny bit closer as I'm doing each of the shelves. So, but I don't know how I'm going to be able to do. The problem is I have my big lounging sofa, tiny little bit of space, and then my desk. So there's not a lot of room on this side. All the room is basically on that side, which we've done already. So anyways, I just kind of wanted to prepare you for that. The angle is not going to be the same as what I did over here. Okay. Yeah, so that's it. So I'm going to get this thing all set up and we're going to start filming me doing that side of the shelves, which is actually the last bit of what we have to do for now until I get the IKEA shelves, which I'm not sure when I'm going to be getting them. I don't have them yet. So I have to order them and I have to, I'm either going to get them delivered or my neighbor's going to help me go and pick them up. So I'm hoping that's the case because IKEA does charge for delivery, which I hate, but it is what it is. Probably can get Carl next door to give me a hand. He's got a truck, so we can easily go and pick those up. And then I get somebody to help me get them in the house, which is perfect. But we will film that part probably separately because I am going to film putting the shelf, like actually assembling the shelves, putting them in place, all that sort of thing. I've got somebody to help me with that as well. So as soon as I do that, that will be the last and final video. So basically, I think it's going to be 4 videos in total because there's already 2 that I've posted that are scheduled in for you to see. So there's 2. There's going to be this one, which is the finishing off these shelves, and then we'll do the final IKEA and the final putting of the rest of the books as soon as I get those shelves. So that'll be the last video in this series. So that's it. I'm gonna shut us down for a second while I shift everything around, and then we will get it started on filling up the last of the shelves. Okay. Okay, guys, looks like I got a half decent angle. I just have to get out of here without scrambling. Yeah, we're wobbling. A little bit. How are we doing there? It's about as good as we're going to get. Yeah, okay. So let's get started. I know I'm not on screen, everyone, but you're going to see me very shortly. I just have to shift around the order I've got some of the books in because hardbacks are going first. So that's, and it's actually hard to maneuver in around here. Now we need to make sure that they are all the same height because as we all know, our hardbacks are never all the same height. So I've got all the Rachel Harrison ones together. Allie Hazelwood in there. I'm going to put this Brimstone last because I have a hard copy of Quicksilver coming, but I also have the original. So I kind of want to put it towards the end. This is what we'll do. And The women, I also have a whole bunch of paperbacks. So we're going to kind of put that towards the end of the group. Okay. And so, oh, look at how much shorter that is. Oh, I hate this. Okay. These are actually all the same height. Hold on one second. These are all the same height as this one. Yes, and this one should be the same as this. So I think that that works. And then we'll put there. Okay. Okay. These are all the H's that we're working with right now. I'm just going to pull all the books over here so that I've got them all and have them separated a bit. Okay, so I think we're going to put those here. Now you see I have the paperback version of Bride because that was what I read. But when Aardvark came out with Mate, they also offered Bride, so I grabbed both because they're beautiful books. So I wanted to get both. And then we have Quicksilver and, actually we'll go Raven Scholar and Quicksilver. Right, like that. Okay. And then maybe put that one there. That one there like that. No, I prefer that one's actually a little on the larger side, but I need to leave space because I got to put Quicksilver when it comes in here. It should be here. I'm getting it from the book outlet. They offered the hardback, so I just want a matching copy, and it's going to go right in here. Okay. So let's do these. I think Anna Hackett's books are the largest. And they're going to go in here. They're shiny covers, so they have a tendency to slip and slide, which is kind of crazy. But I think, now we do have a ton of, there's also a whole batch of H's that are behind my desk, which they fit in there. So that's where I put them. Then I have all of these Christian Hannah books that are all going to go in here. There we go. Oh, that looks nice. Okay, there's perfect room here for Quicksilver. And then I just have left the Silo series, and I don't really want to put it up there. So I'm going to see if I can fit the Silo series down behind my desk. And I need to grab J and move it over here because that's what we're working on next. So. Okay, I've moved the angle, as you can see. My apologies about the light. I know it gives off glare, but if I don't put it in there, then it's hard for you to see exactly what I'm doing. So I just kind of wanted to keep it in there. But we're going to do this one slightly different, a little bit different, because I have so many Stephen King books, and they're all surprisingly the same size. Surprise, surprise, right? So I'm going to actually put all of the Stephen King paperbacks in here. So I have these three, and then I have all of the Stand series outside of, I think, two or three books. Well, actually, now I'm not sure. I have up to 5 of the Stand. So they're going to go in here. Actually, maybe I should put those in first because they are slightly, just ever so slightly taller than these. These are the newer versions of his old work, which I thoroughly enjoy. There we go. So that actually looks nice, right? Yep. And then I have these 2 supremely weird sized ones. Oh, this is the Gunslinger series, the Dark Tower series, not the Stand. This is the Stand. I hate this copy. I'm trying to find another version of this. I may have to bite the bullet and get a hardback. I did have a hardback and I lost it. So I did pick this one up secondhand. It's like brand new, like it's never been read. Same thing with this, brand new, like it's never been read. Got them at the secondhand bookstore, but I hate the size of them. Like, truly, truly hate the size of them. But I figured we'll start with that. I actually am thinking that I might put the Craig Johnson collection, because I think all in total, there's 24 books, and they're all basically same size, so I would like to kind of get them all and put them. So I'm thinking of putting these with the Cozy Mysteries on the smaller shelf that I get, which I'm hoping to put in the corner beside my desk. So I think that's what I'm going to do with these. I also grabbed, I had a bunch of cozies that were K's by Tanya Kappas. I have a ton of those, and I have a bunch of other random cozies, because Cozy Mysteries are all tiny, weird sizes. So I'm thinking we're going to put those all on one shelf. So Craig Johnson's going to go with that. So I'm pulling that out, and that's where those are going to go. Okay, so my plan was to go like this. And I know these don't match because I have the paperback for Empire of the Vampire, and then the hardback for Empire of the Damned. So I do want to replace that and get the hardback. At some point, I will do that. Oh, we have a whole ton of T. Kingfisher, which I think are going to just fit in here nicely. There we go. Right like that. Okay. All right. And then, where will these fit? These fit up here. I think these will fit in here. Yeah, so that's Rena Kent. Okay. So it doesn't all fit very well, does it? I have the Plated Prisoner series from Raven Kennedy, and I still have that, and I do not have a place for it because it is a K, right? So it will not fit in here at all. And I do have a few other random Ks that I think might fit right there. Yeah, so a couple of these can go in here. Those are random. And then, no, that's too big to go in there, which is Dean Koontz. So I'm going to try to fit them with the L's. I don't know how many L's I have, but we'll see. Definitely not going to fit all the M's in here. So I might put the M's on the new shelves and go with N's and O's and that sort of thing, because that might fit better. I don't know. I'm going to go through it and see. And I'm just realizing, oh my gosh, there's like so much dust on here. Yeah, this house is so dusty. Drives me crazy. Anyways, I'm looking down at a whole bunch of dust. Okay. Doesn't matter how much of dust. In an old house, you get too much dust. Anyway, okay. Let's see what else we can do with this. So we're going to move on to L's and see what we can do with that. Last shelf, okay, and hold on, let me get up there with you. Okay, last shelf. We're going to try to fit in here some weird letters. So we're skipping M altogether because M is too large. We're going to go to N, O, P, and Q. Okay. I don't have a ton of books for any of them. P is probably the largest letter, but none of them are super, super large. So, yeah, we're going to try to fit them all in there. See how it goes. So we're going to start with N. So we're done as far as we can go for now. So this will end off the series until I get the new shelves, and then that will be the final section. Everything that is not on a shelf yet is going to go on a shelf, and we'll show, like I said, a little bit of putting those together, where I'm going to put them. But that's it. Whew, I'm sweating. Okay. Losing my pants a little bit and sweating, but it's done. And while it's not in perfect alphabetical order, I know where everything is. Now, the other thing that we will do at the very end is I'll give you a complete tour. So you will get a closer look at what I have on each of these shelves. Also, if I've had to move anything around, because that may be possible when I get books that are currently pulled out right now from my TBR, I'm going to have to put those books back. So at some point that's going to happen in this whole process, and we're going to have to deal with that. So we'll talk about that when that happens. But that's it for now. So hopefully you enjoyed the series. And, if you've got any questions about any of the books or anything else, I'm here for it. I did want to also mention, I am going to do a separate video on this, but I'm hitting 1,500 subscribers. So what I would really love is I would love it if you could visit my community section below and post questions for me. So anything that you would like me to answer. I've only had my channel about 1.5 years now. So I'd be happy to tell you what I did to build my channel, equipment I use, if that's what you're interested in, anything to do with books, obviously, because that's what we talk about, and anything to do with anything else. Happy to always answer those questions. So there is going to be a separate video on that, but again, just reminding, would really love it if you could do that. And also, if you could like and subscribe, that would be wonderful. So that's it for Library Series video number 3.